What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blueclouds TV. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Football Minutes Sports Live, brought to you by Blueclouds Media YouTube channel. What a beautiful day it is here in Michigan. I'm not so sure of your locality or wherever you are. I'm not so sure of your weather, but you guys let me know what your weather looks like. But it's a beautiful day, and we are back here again on the channel discussing the Premier League prediction. Yes, the league starts today. There will be Premier League game today, but will Chelsea secure a top 4 finish in the Premier League title race, or in terms of a finishing, will Chelsea secure a top 4 this season? It's something that we're going to analyze and look at the latest prediction and discuss the potential impact of Victor Osimhen transfer on as Chelsea are in for him. That will make a lot of difference in where Chelsea position themselves at the end of the season. Something that we have to look at. We'll be looking at the top 4 crack of Victor Osimhen will make a difference a lot. Like I said, Chelsea Osimhen pursued hits up. Top 4 prediction. Also, Chelsea transfer window, Premier League expectations. Jacques Felix news is also there. So whilst we're doing out here, our predictions will also be looking at the other transfer news at the same time. So, guys, Stephen G is here in the building with me. I don't know what happened. I forgot to send my link to X. So we're streaming on only one platform today, only just on one platform today. Beg your pardon. So, as Stephen is here with me behind the scene, the guy. So you guys gonna hear from him soon. We'll be looking at the Phantom Open topic. Big up to you, brother. GFC Govern. Big up to you too, my brother. Hope everyone is doing very well. Phantom said, will Man City get any points at deduction this season? If they do this, Arsenal win the Premier League. For now, no, because it will take a long time for the verdict to come to an investigation. Starts next month, but it will take a long period of time because City, they have money to pay top journalists or top lawyers to fight for them. So they'll stretch that. They will really fight against the Premier League. So that's one of the things that we'll be looking into. So guys, stay in there. Keep your comment coming. Keep your prediction. We'll be looking at the top 6. I'm looking at top 6 right now and the relegation team. So let me know your prediction, who wins it, the top 6, and your relegation team at the end of the season. So bring it up, and I will take my time to read them as they keep coming. So stay in there, do not go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a few seconds. Welcome back, folks. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. It's time keep ticking and talking and ticking and talking. First Premier League game starts today, so I'm very, very happy the Premier League is starting today. We'll be looking at today's game. Also, whilst we go through the predictions, drop your prediction in the comment section below, like we said, and we'll be going through them. Stephen G, Welcome back
Yep.
again.
Yeah, back again as always. Good
Back
to be
again.
back.
Back again.
Back again.
Back again. All right. I know you have your prediction ready, Steven.
Yep.
Before we start with the tier list, it's gonna be a long day, guys. It will be a long day for us today because Premier League starts. Chelsea. We'll be looking at individually. I don't know where to start from. If Steven's gonna start, or Steven, you're gonna start with your first three, and I'll come in with my second. I'll come in second with my first three.
Could do, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let me bring my
Or do
screen.
you want to do row by row? So go
Yeah.
champion, and then rest of the top four, and then relegation.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So we start from ones that you think is going to win it in that order. That's
Yep.
six order. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, champions. By the way, in my one where it says Premier League, you forgot the and you also put two ST instead of one ST. I've just seen it
Where?
there. That one you're on now.
Mhm.
So one instead of two, and then the E at the end of the league.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, it's even
I
tells
I
me that.
couldn't see it before, and then now I see. Oh, you done it on your one as well. I hadn't noticed that. And then you've got two ST instead of first. You've got like seconds.
Is it okay now? Oh, no, no. Okay, this one.
It was like seconds.
Yeah. Uh,
One
no,
and
it's
then
not even
ST.
needed. It's not even needed.
True.
Not really
But
needed.
yeah, so for me, I'm going Man City to do it again. I think that'll be 5 in a row now. But yeah, I'm going Man City.
Why you go Man City, Steven?
Just because I think part of it for me is that we know how strong City are, yeah? We've seen them do it time and time again. And normally it's hard to defend your title. Normally there's a mentality drop maybe for certain players where it's like, okay, I've already won it now. But every player in that team every year comes out and they fight. And when it gets to the back end of the season, we know what happens in the back end of the season. City become like this unstoppable force who barely drop points in this like final quarter, final third of the season. Don't know what it is, but it's just something about them. It happens every single time.
Do you want to elaborate a little bit on kind of I mean, players that have brought in and players that are out that can affect City's chances of winning it, or that can boost their chances of
Um,
winning it?
I mean, at the moment, they've not really brought anyone in outside of obviously losing Julian Alvarez, but you'd expect Man City to make a move to replace him with a top level talent. So look, Alvarez was very good in the absence of Haaland when Haaland was out for quite a while. But at times they played together as well. And look, there's no mistake in that, okay, it's got to be a big loss, but they also made massive money on him, which means they got a lot that they can reinvest into that team. So there's no doubt that I'd expect to see them go for a big name to replace Alvarez.
I mean, that really makes a lot of sense.
Oh, the other thing is, actually, no, I'll go into that on my next one because it's my second place team.
Okay. So Steven G he has picked the champions to be Manchester City, and then we're still going on. He's going to bring us. I mean, produce his second run up on the Premier League at the end of the season. So that is what we're looking at. Big up to Panara. Panara, big up to you. He says hello to everyone out here. He says Man City EPL, Man City, if not deduction, Arsenal if deduction. All right. Panara said Arsenal will win it. Arsenal will win it according to him. Ellen Haaland scores more in early season, but Man City wins more towards the end according to Phantom of Minute Topics. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All injuries will play a role in how the season comes to an end, Phantom. So pick up you, Phantom. Go ahead, Steven. Go for your second
Mhm.
ability.
I thought you was going to do your first
Okay,
place, and then
yeah,
we'll go into the Champions League.
definitely. I'll go with my champion. The one to win for me is going to be Manchester City. Also, I put Manchester City there, and there's so many reasons why I put Manchester City there. Manchester City have been consistent in the past 3 years or 4 years, winning this competition in a row. I know it's not that easy. Continue winning ways. It will be difficult for them. The challenge will be difficult for them. Do they want to continue winning it? It's not going to be that easy, but they have experience. They've done it multiple years, and 96 goals in in terms of in 96 goals in all competition in 86 games in the Premier League, goals that they've scored. That's a lot of goals. That's a lot of goals spread across all these players. That's a lot of goals, and Haaland has scored a lot, and also Julian Alvarez also scored a lot of goals. But the only problem with Manchester City right now is Alvarez. Sometimes when the going is difficult, Manchester City will be the missing of Alvarez. But when Haaland is healthy and ready to play the whole entire season, you definitely know he can score goals. One thing is, Oscar Bob was the guy that was going to replace Julian Alvarez in that position. They were working their way to, put him to replace Alvarez, but unfortunately, he is gone. Alvarez is going to Atletico Madrid. That's the only red flag over there. But besides that, they have the same manager, they have the same philosophy. Still, they can bang in goals. So no doubt, Manchester City is my team to win this game for me. To me, Manchester City is the team to, win the Premier League. Steven.
Yeah. Do you want me to go into
Yeah.
Champions League? Yeah. Okay, so I'll go team by team on this, so that I don't have to elaborate all in one. So second place for me is gonna be Arsenal.
Second place for you, Arsenal.
Bottom left. There you go. I just think that, to be honest, this is a bold claim that I'm about to make. I've got them second, but I wouldn't be surprised if they slip potentially to third. I think to fight toe to toe with City back to back seasons, yeah, and to be so close that second season that it was literally down to the final day, it's got to be all about how those players react to that, because that would have took a lot out of those players. You've come so close to winning it. At one point, it was in their hands. Like, at one point, it was advantage Arsenal. Yeah. So to be so close and to still not quite get there, still not quite get across the line, it happened partially. It's what happened with Liverpool a few years ago. Liverpool had been fighting toe to toe with City for years. And then there was just that 1 year where, if I remember rightly, it came to a final game. I think this was 3 years ago. Then look what happened the season after. Liverpool weren't second, it was Arsenal. And where did Liverpool go to? So I wonder if the same thing happens with Arsenal, but for now, I've got them second for now. Who did I have? I can't remember who I had third. Right. 1 second. I'm just getting my thing up on here. Who did I send it to? Here. So in third, I had Liverpool.
Okay.
Look, yes, they got a new manager, as do Chelsea. I'll tell you this because we're not going to do this position. I've got Chelsea fifth, but if Chelsea get Osimhen, I've got Chelsea top four. The thing for me is Liverpool, yes, they haven't signed anyone. Yes, they got a new manager. We don't know how they're going to play within the season, yeah, because we've only seen preseason. We don't know how they're going to do within the season under Arne Slot.
Yeah.
But look, at times Salah struggled last year, but you've still got Salah there. You've still got Van Dijk. You've still got Trent, who's an absolute weapon on the set pieces. Yeah. You've still got people like Diaz who can step up for them as well, unless something changes in the final days of the window, right? You've got
Yeah.
Szoboszlai, who was a good option for them last year. You've got McAllister, who was solid for them. Like, they've got a very solid team. We just need to see how all of it comes together under Arne Slot. So at the moment, I have got them third, just because I think they've played together longer, yeah, than the teams around them. Obviously, City are also right there in that respect, and so are Arsenal. But it's definitely got to be interesting to watch some of Liverpool this season. I've got them there more so because of they've played together for longer. So it's kind of easier. Yes, it's a new system. It's got to be new tactics, but there'll still be some aspects that'll be the same.
Okay.
And that's why I've got them third ahead of, say, a Tottenham, a Chelsea, a Man U. I don't think Man U are getting Europa League. I'll let you know that one. But ahead of teams like that, that's the main reason for it. But it's definitely got to be interesting to watch, as it will with Chelsea for neutrals as well. The fact that you've got two big clubs with new managers, yeah, whereas Man U, Spurs, Liverpool, and Arsenal, Man U, Spurs, Man City, and Arsenal have all kept the same manager. Ten Hag's still there. Guardiola's still there. Arteta's still there. And Postecoglou's still there. That's going to be interesting to watch how Chelsea and Liverpool go compared to these guys who have had the same manager. Okay, for Spurs, it's only one extra season. Yeah. But that one season of familiarity will potentially make the difference.
I agree with you, Steven. Keeping your same managers for a period of seasons can make a huge difference. Just like you said, Hannes Slot has been there with them for quite a period of time. So he really, Hannes Slot hasn't been there. So it'll be a bit different in how they play in the upcoming season, which make a lot of sense. You want me to go with my second and third?
Yeah. Fourth. I'll tell you, I had Spurs fourth. But Spurs are not a lock-in at fourth for me. I keep changing between Spurs and Chelsea for that fourth place.
I want you to end at fourth so I can also continue with
that's what I'm saying. I've got Spurs fourth.
Fourth, okay.
But what I'm saying is Spurs are not a lock-in at fourth for me because it sounds like Chelsea think they can get an Osimhen deal done. And if Chelsea get that done, that's a massive needle mover which pushes Chelsea instantly in my head, not even bias, into the top four. Because that's what we've been missing as a club. Chelsea have been missing a clinical finisher. So if Chelsea get Victor Osimhen, or if we don't and Jackson takes that step up, that could be the difference between Chelsea getting fourth or Spurs getting fourth. Spurs only finished in fifth ahead of Chelsea last season by 3 points. So, look, we struggled at the start of last season. We'll probably struggle again at the start of this season. It's a new manager. It's got to take time. We need to understand these things as a fan base. But if Chelsea get that clinical striker, Chelsea would take fourth. But as of this moment, for the similar reason related to the players with Liverpool, it's all round for Spurs. Okay, they've signed a few players here and there. Yeah, they've signed Solanke. They signed, was it Obador for signing from Burnley? Who would be a depth option?
Yeah, they've brought in,
something like that.
Audibot.
Burnley winger or striker, whatever he is.
Wilson Audibot.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But they brought him in today as well. So they've made about 2-3 signings.
They did three signings.
Okay, 2 or 3 is what it is. Werner's back again for another loan. And yeah, for the familiarity reasons, that's why Spurs are currently in that position ahead of Chelsea for me. Is purely on the familiarity. Because I think player for player, if we match them up, I think Chelsea have the stronger team. But because it's another new manager, another new system, new tactics again for Chelsea, whereas Spurs don't have those issues, That's why Spurs edge it at this moment in time.
Thank you very much, Steven. Steven is dropping down his prediction. Guys, if you had your prediction, we're looking at the top saves. Also, we'll look at the relegation teams at the end of the season. So if you have a prediction, you can send them in the comment section below. Phantom of Many Topic said, if Pep Man City era dominate than, say, Alex Ferguson Man United era. Phantom said a third place is Ross Barkley, Aston Villa. Chelsea will not get fourth without Isaac or Tony. Edson Smith, thank you very much for joining our show and then listening into the show wherever you're watching us from. Thank you very much. We really appreciate your time. He said, I think the Arsenal is winning the league this time, according to Edson Smith. Edson, why do you think so? What makes you think that Arsenal can win the league this season? Let me know in the comment section below. The Phantom of Minute topic, Osimhen will experience a Premier League shock like every other Serie A striker who arrives to EPL first time, according to Phantom of Many Topics. Edson, thank you very much. Panara, thank you very much. GFC Gavin, anyone there watching, let me know your prediction and your comment. Thank you all for tuning in. But I'm going to go ahead and give you my second place and the Champions League spot, who I think that deserve to be in that second place, the third place, and then the fourth place. On my prediction, I came up with Arsenal. Why Arsenal? Why not Arsenal? In the past two seasons, Arsenal have been very, very difficult, challenging to be in that spot where Manchester City has been the past 3 years or 2 years, 2 seasons now. Arteta haven't had it that easy. It took him time to build. And if you look at Arsenal second place last season, 96 goals scored in total in the English Premier League, that's a lot. And that's the most goals scored since 1952 and 1952-1953 season. That is what Arsenal had the most goals scored, and the points that they make was history in Arsenal Football Club. They've never made that point. Even they made better, they got more points than the Invincible. So last season, Arsenal was really on top of the game, and there's a high possibility that Arsenal can still win it this season, because nothing has changed. They've even better the squad. They have more improvement. Timber, who they really missed last season, is back. They've added some more players into the defensive line. Calafiori, who we saw that India just ended Euro 2024 with Italy, also is in the squad. And they're willing to let some other players go, Nketiah go, and some other players go. So to me, I think that Arsenal has a high possibility of taking that second, winning it, and also being in that second spot. Why I put Manchester City there? Because they've done it and they still have the players to do it. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I have Arsenal in that second place. They score a lot of goals. Declan Rice can do more to secure Arsenal the title this season. And I have ex-Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool in that third spot. Why do I have Liverpool? Nothing has changed at Liverpool. They're trying to add more players in the midfield. But without the new players that they had in the midfield, they were still banging in goals. They still have 23 goals a season. Mo Salah, the least he can score at least 23 goals a season, he can give you that. And they have Luis Diaz also on the left-hand side, who is very, very effective on the left-hand side. He can bang in goals. And Salah on the right-hand side, Luis Diaz, and they have Gravenberg, and so they have what's his name again? Soboslai, who was very, very instrumental last season. So to me, Liverpool hasn't really lost much. Although the season is not really going well for Liverpool, I believe that the third spot is still there. But the missing the red flag here for Liverpool is Klopp. When the going is getting very difficult for Liverpool, there's one manager that makes it easy for them. It's Klopp. Klopp governs the whole entire supporters and the players themselves, and they get the winning goal. And the only thing that can also help Liverpool is Anfield. Anfield always play as the number 12 player on the pitch. So Liverpool with Anfield, the missing club, Arnold Slub, I don't know what we can get from him in the Premier League because he haven't seen what he can do against a low block team in the Premier League. We haven't seen that yet, but we saw some impressive performance during preseason. So with the new Arnold Slub, missing club, Anfield there, Liverpool is not going to lose that much. So 86 goals in the Premier League season, still Liverpool can do it. So I have Liverpool at my third spot, so my third place. The fourth spot, I have who do I have there? I have Almighty Chelsea. This will take almost about maybe 2 minutes of explanation on why I put Chelsea there. I know people don't rate Chelsea. People put Chelsea in 9th place and 7th place and whatever position they see, they put Chelsea. Okay, we have to remember Chelsea scored lots of goals last season and conceded a lot. So Chelsea's problem last season was the defensive line, which Mauricio Pochettino could not fix that until the end of the season, where he figured it out, but it was too late. Chelsea scored, I think, 77 and conceded 63 goals. That is not impressive from Chelsea Football Club. The defense have to be fixed. They have to work it and work and fix the defensive line. We saw improvement against Inter Milan at Stamford Bridge, and I feel like if Enzo Maresca is able to fix that defensive line, Chelsea will be much better. Okay, those that couldn't score more goals, struggling to score more goals, which is Nicholas Jackson. First season of the Premier League, he got double digits, but we all know that he hadn't had Premier League experience. But now he's gained 1 season of Premier League experience. We have different players coming in to help Nicholas Jackson out. Chelsea lost lots of players through injury last season. The main captain could not play. Ben Chilwell did not feature much. Wesley Fofana never played and never played part the whole season. So many players were missing. But now Chelsea have the whole entire squad ready, fully fit. Nkunku is ready. The only problem right now is Reece James. And I know he's not even going to start 3 games of Chelsea's starting game, Premier League games. He returned after like 4 games or something. That's when Reece James. So Reece James will not affect the team that much until he comes back. He can help the team out. So, like I said, another problem is Enzo Maresca. He wasn't there with the team. He hasn't known the team that much. He hasn't had much preseason games, 5 or 6 games so far with the team, and he's getting to know them better. Like I said, we saw the improvement against Inter Milan. So if he's able to secure or work on the defensive line very well, I feel like with that number of goals and attempt on goals and misses chances, he can fix that. Chelsea can make their way. It will be a surprise. Surprise team found himself in the top 4, in my opinion. So that's why I have Chelsea in that. The 4th spot. So Chelsea will make it, and Chelsea will make the top 4, in my opinion. Whew. That's a lot of explanation over here. Yeah. So that's where I stand on it. Ryan is here with us. Big up to you, Ryan.
Any big up to you, big up to Stephen. Good to be here.
I'm very, very happy you joined the show today. We are on giving our prediction from a championship sport, those that will win it, to relegation. If you can quickly, we don't miss a lot from you. If you can quickly give us your 4, and then we can move on from there.
Yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan, so I'm going to go with Liverpool to be champions. I know you don't need to laugh, but that's my team. I'm going to back them.
Ryan, hold on. I know you're a Liverpool fan. We have to be realistic here. This is honestly, let's be honest to ourselves.
How did I know? I expected better from you, Nee. Come on, I expected better from you.
That's why I expect better from you too. Be honest to yourself. Do you think Liverpool has enough material to win this? Win it?
No, but then I wouldn't call myself a fan if I don't back my team.
No, you're a pundit right now. You're backing your team, but do you think it's really realistic that Liverpool can win it?
No,
All right, all right. So
definitely.
let's be realistic here. Put the fan aside and be pundit for me today.
Okay, so realistic, some realism here. We'll go with Manchester City as the champions. I think they'll do the 5-peat. Second will be Arsenal. Third, I'm going to go with Chelsea.
Oh, wow.
And
Hold on, hold
fourth,
on. I won't let you skip. I want some few explanations on why. With Liverpool, with us, Manchester City, I understand that. But Arsenal, Chelsea, and whatever you have coming on, can you
yeah,
give us a little
fourth,
explanation?
absolutely. So fourth, I was going to say is Liverpool, my beloved Liverpool.
Why do you think
Man City.
Arsenal? Why do you think Arsenal will win it this time, Ryan?
No,
No,
he
no,
said
I said Man City. I said Man City will
Man
win.
City. Okay, Arsenal
Sorry,
second. Why Arsenal?
Arsenal second. I just think there's a natural progression you're seeing the last couple of years where they've been second and they've run Man City very close. I don't think unless they make additional signings between now and the end of the window, I don't think they've quite got enough. They're really lacking a striker who can get 20, 30 goals a season. That's going to be their Achilles heel, where they fall short.
Okay. Go ahead. What about your second one? You said Chelsea. Why Chelsea?
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea have an amazing squad, arguably the best squad in terms of depth of any team in the Premier League. They've got a new manager who wants to prove himself. And you remind me, do you have European football this season? Is there Conference League?
Yeah, Chelsea has a Conference League. Yeah.
Conference League, okay. I mean, that shouldn't be too much. There will be a lot of games, but it shouldn't, due to rotation and the size of your squad, it shouldn't negatively impact your Premier League games. So, yeah, I'm very optimistic about Chelsea this season. I think Maresca needs to find a consistent back four or back five that he can trust, that minimizes errors. And you need to just build confidence from the back with clean sheets.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Mr. Ryan. Mr. Ryan has given us his. You said you've given us Manchester City, Arsenal, and Chelsea.
He's got the same as you, except from switch Liverpool and Chelsea.
Okay, so he went that way.
Yeah.
Let me just add on Liverpool. We are the only club in the Premier League that has not signed anybody. Yeah. Stephen just took the words out of my mouth.
It's too funny. I had to.
It is funny, yeah. I mean, we might sign this Georgian goalkeeper. Apparently, it's close, but even if we sign him, he's going to be sent back on loan apparently for a season. So we literally will have no new player in the squad this summer. It's embarrassing when you compare to Chelsea and the quality that they brought in so far and what's to come.
Beautiful. But Ryan, you guys still have the numbers. You got lots of players that can still keep that position, and so I feel bad where you put yourself as you put your team on the fourth spot. But I put Liverpool ahead of Chelsea.
And remember, we've got Trent, Salah, and Van Dijk all out of contract end of next season. If that doesn't sort itself out by December, that's gonna negatively impact the club. I think too many stories will be circulating, and that needs to be sorted out.
If what? Sorry, I missed that last bit.
Trent, Salah, and Van Dijk all out of contracts end of the season.
Run out next season. Well, this season technically.
End of this season, yeah. End of the coming season.
That's mad.
The current season.
Yeah, Trent, Salah, and Van Dijk.
Oh, you lot have got a big rebuild on your hands, man.
A lot. So Salah will be leaving. But anyway, thank you very much, Mr. Ryan, giving us his prediction. Edson, my brother said, Mikel Arteta has really built a good squad in Arsenal right now. They had the best backline last season and haven't even improved it more. They're even going to what's going for is it Marino. He thinks they have a chance of winning it. Thank you very much, Edison. Phantom said that Nico Jackson is a winger who has been shoehorned into a striker, according to Phantom of Mini Topic. Ateta is manager of the year. How is he manager of the year? He hasn't. We haven't even started the season yet. But let's see. Ren is the Liverpool done. Yeah. Bro, I'm a
Yeah.
Chelsea fan, but I can't put Chelsea in there. He just laughed. Bro, you get it. I have some feelings that this Chelsea will cook. This Chelsea will cook this time. Phantom of any topic said Chelsea might win a Conference League as the only trophy and clear league. Every trophy is trophy, Phantom. Every trophy is trophy. I would rather have a Super Frank Lampard over Enzo Maresca. Liverpool will be better off with Steven Gerrard as a manager. If
Based on what?
If we Chelsea fans can get Victor Bravo, we can cook it, according to Edson. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I put Chelsea where they are, because the transfer, we got 2 more weeks to go. If Chelsea can get Victor Osimhen deal over the line, that's a plus. That's a big plus for Chelsea. Mo Salah will head to Saudi, according to Fonda. Santiago, big up to you, my good friend Santiago. He said that top 4, Chelsea 2, top 4. Number 1 is Chelsea, 2 Man City, 3 Aston Villa, and the 4th West Ham United.
West Ham.
Where did West Ham come from?
Santiago, West Ham don't have any good striker. They've signed what's his name? Fulcro from Borussia Dortmund. Fulcro is not a guy that he's not a world beater. He's not a guy that can scare people in the Premier League. No, he even struggled himself in the in the German league. West Ham United haven't had any good striker in so many years. Mikel Antoni was not a striker. He was a winger turned into a striker. I think the striker that they've had that has done very well for them over the years, I mean, about 10 years ago or something, is John Carew, if I can remember. I think either West Ham or Aston Villa. I think West Ham United, John Carew. Besides that, or maybe one guy from Talk Sports. Is he?
Yeah, John Carew. John Carew was Villa, I think.
Villa.
Yeah.
And there was one guy.
So was like Agbonlahor.
No, Agbonlahor. Yeah, Agbonlahor to Villa. Either is he Adam Castro or whatever? One guy that works for Talk Sports, right? He's one of the only striker that has come from us, West Ham United, that has been that impressive. They never have any good luck with strikers. So
who, Carlton Cole?
Yeah,
Carlton Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Carlton Cole. He's the only good striker that has come from us, West Ham United. There hasn't been any good striker from West Ham United. They brought in this guy from Borussia Dortmund. He went to Ajax. He's Ivorian. You guys remember his name again? If you guys remember his name, Sebastian Haller. Sebastian Haller. Yeah, Sebastian Haller. He came to West Ham United. How did he end? He didn't go well, and he left the football club. So West Ham United, I don't know if Chelsea has been cursed with number 9. West Ham United has been cursed with everyone that called himself a striker at the football club. Nothing goes. So, Santiago, we agree on Aston Villa as third. Okay, so we're gonna move on from there. We'll go back to Stephen G. Stephen, you're gonna continue with your 5th and 6th, and then we move.
I thought we weren't doing 5th and 6th.
Yeah, we're doing 6th, right?
Oh, we don't have that on the graphic. We've got relegation next on the graphic.
Don't worry, you add your 5th and 6th here.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds. Because now I've got to find it again. 5th and 6th. So 5th is Chelsea, and then 6th I've got between Villa and Newcastle. I think so. Let me explain the Newcastle or Villa bit, right? My thing is with Villa, they might struggle. Like, okay, they got Onana, but I don't think he's going to be. Like, I think he's a good signing. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like Douglas Luiz was a better player for them than Onana is. I feel like Douglas Luiz popped up with a couple of clutch goals, and I'm not sure Onana's going to be able to do that for him. So I feel like they might struggle with that aspect. I don't think he's going to help them as much offensively.
I agree.
Compared to what Douglas Luiz did. Because he's more of a natural DM, whereas Douglas Luiz, I think, was more of like an 8, so to speak. But that's my stance on that. Chelsea, I've explained it's between them and Tottenham for 4th and 5th. But if Chelsea get Osimhen, it's got to be Spurs 5th, Chelsea 4th.
All right. So, Ryan, do you agree with Steven?
I understand his logic and who he's picked. I'd have slightly different picks. My 5th would be Aston Villa, and my 6th would be Man United.
Okay, but then you've already got Chelsea in your top 4, innit?
Yeah.
You're
So
going
that
for
would make sense.
You're going
Wait,
for
so who
Villa.
missed out on yours compared to mine then?
You got Newcastle.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
I've got Man United 6th.
Fairs.
All right. Ryan, so you go for Aston Villa and who?
And then Man United 6th.
And Man United 6. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ryan. That's Mr. Ryan's prediction over there. Scala United says United are getting Champions League. Yeah, right, Scala. Swedish, big up to you, big man strategy in the building. He said Chelsea in top 4. I would not expect 5 in is it 5 in point table, always 5 to 6 in point 3 years. In points, 3 years continue according to Swedish. Big up to you, Mr. Swedish. Scholar there. Phantom says Steven, the legend of Ross Barkley is a good luck charm for Aston Villa, like he was to get Luton Town from Championship to.
He wasn't with Luton in the Championship.
He was only with Luton.
He joined
in
Luton
the
after they came to the Premier League.
Yeah. All right, so this is what I'm gonna have here as my top six. Top 6. I have on my list. I have Liverpool. I have Man City, Arsenal. I have the Chelsea this way, and I have Liverpool right in front of it. I have Liverpool here, and I have Chelsea on the 4th position. Then I don't have Man United there. I don't have Aston Villa there. I have and Tottenham Hotspurs. Yes, I have Spurs over there, and I have Newcastle United as in my top 6. The reason why I have Tottenham Hotspurs, if you look at the league position yesterday, they were fifth on the league table. They haven't lost a whole lot. They were still in terms of a rebuilding, and they've even beefed up the squad. They've taken out Richarlison, which was not that impressive. Doesn't really help them that much. Richarlison doesn't got that consistency with them. So they brought in Dominic Solanke from Bournemouth and Wilson Alderbolt also from I think the Premier League.
From Burnley.
Yeah, Burnley, yeah. So they brought in some Premier League experienced players, which we know how Dominic Solanke is, how good he was last season. So in the addition of Dominic Solanke and Wilson Alderbolt can help Spurs achieve more. Also, we have to look at the manager. The same manager, he plays good, exciting football. Majority of the players are still there, so I feel like he's going to continue with the progress. So Tottenham Hotspurs take that fit spots for me. And also, I'll say Tottenham Hotspurs, 76 goals. That's a lot of goals there, even without much from Richarlison. So if Dominic Solanke can offer them 25 goals in addition to what they had last season, that's a lot of goals and that Ange Postecoglou's team can provide. So 76 goals, with addition of Dominic Solanke, I put them in the 4th spot. Looking at I have Newcastle in my actually 6 spots, right? Newcastle is in the 6 spots right now. Newcastle placed 7th last season, and they scored almost, I think, about 80 goals. They scored a lot of goals, and they conceded few, just less goals last season. So, looking at this, the only problem here is Tonali. What's his name? Tonali. Is it Tonali, right?
What about him?
Is he going to play this season?
Yeah, he's back after his suspension on the 28th of August, I think they said.
Yeah.
So like,
Tonali,
so he's returning like the one game before the international break. But I
that's
don't
great.
know if he was allowed to train during his ban or not, because I know that Tony wasn't.
Right. So over here, if he comes back and add to the squad, and that's what they were missing last season. They were missing the midfielder like him, and we know his performance before he got banned from Newcastle United due to gambling. So Newcastle placing second with the inclusion of Tonali. That's the name, Tonali. I think that put him in a sixth place. Sixth place. So Ryan has Aston Villa and Manchester United, not me. Ryan has Manchester United and Aston Villa in that order. Okay, so we're gonna move on from there. We're going to the relegation spots. Relegation spots. Mr. Ryan, do you agree with me
Uh,
having Tottenham Hotspur and Newcastle in that order?
no. I don't agree. I didn't have Tottenham or Newcastle in my top six. But again, I understand the logic. You explained it well. Tottenham have, made some quality essential signings, and they've added Dom Solanke up front, who's a good striker. Newcastle, I'm not sure. I have this funny feeling that they might drop off this season. It's just an instinct feeling. That's why I didn't put them in my top six.
All right. Stevie, thank you very much, Mr. Ryan. Dextro HHH said Villa, Spurs, Chelsea, Newcastle before Man United, not biased at all. All right. Thank you very much, Dextro HHH. I don't have Manchester United in my squad. The reason why I don't have Manchester United there is because they haven't made any good signing. They haven't made any good signing, and they have a lot of injury situations right now. The only news going on with Manchester United is Bruno Fernandes, new contract. Hooray, happy days, more money to Bruno Fernandes. You guys brought in Leno Yuri, Yuri, or whatever his name is.
Euro, who's injured, Xerxes they brought in, and Delicta Mazraoui.
Yeah.
Delet, I'm not so sure. Delet is even he doesn't even get game time with.
I don't think Delict is even half the player he was when he was at Juve.
So that's a lot of work from Eric Ten Hag and his players. You're gonna miss Leno for 3 months. 3 months, and the style of football also. It's not.
Yeah, they're being linked to this Ugarte guy at PSG,
The same
who
guy
Chelsea almost signed. Yeah, he wants to join Man United. So he's been left out of the PSG squad, I think, today or yesterday.
Do you know what? It's so funny because Man U apparently need to sell now because they've not really done much selling, and it was said before the window they need to sell anyway.
I reckon they'll sell Sancho.
That's what the talk is.
Yeah.
But there's other players that need to go.
Well, they sold, what's his name, Greenwood, didn't they? Or was that loan?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
Mason Greenwood.
permanent. I can't remember. I don't keep up to date with stuff on him. Don't like him.
Well said. I don't like him. Well said.
Don't need to explain the reasons. That should be pretty obvious.
All right. So, as we're saying, Dextro HH said Chelsea will be lucky to finish fifth, according to Dextro. Let's hope.
Right, we came sixth last year, like 6 points off UCL. If Chelsea had beaten Aston Villa at home last season, Chelsea would have mathematically been fourth place.
Yeah, Chelsea was ahead of Manchester City. I mean, Manchester United. Chelsea did better than Manchester United. So, Dexter, I don't know what you're saying, because if Chelsea, even with the bad season they had last season, they were ahead of Manchester City in the
Bro,
Premier League.
Man United were like 12
Man
points ahead
United,
of us
sorry,
at
Man
1 point.
United.
Man, you were like 12 points ahead of us at 1 point. They finished 3 points behind us. There was a 15-point swing.
So Dexter, come on. I want you to look at the last season very well, and then let's come again, brother.
Also, by the way, if Chelsea get Osimhen, we're almost definitely getting top 4.
That's exactly why I put you third, because I think you're going to get him.
But I'm doing it based on this current moment in time. That's what I've been doing mine on, because it's the easiest way to model it.
Phantom of Many Topics: Man City 1, Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 3, Aston Villa 3, Man United 4, Newcastle United 5, Liverpool 6, Tottenham Hotspur 7, Chelsea 8, West Ham United 9, and Fulham 10.
Question.
Ouch.
How Villa suddenly in third when they lost one of their best players and they've bought a more defensive player to replace him? United fourth when one of their biggest signings is Euro, who's out. They bought in De Ligt, who I don't think is half the player he was like 3 years ago or whatever it was. Yeah. And pretty much every other team, Chelsea finished above.
Phantom, if you have the time,
strengthening and naturally developing.
Phantom, if you get a chance, come on and let us know why you put Chelsea on that 8th position. If you can explain much better to us over here, I'll love it.
I swear there's some sort of agenda here.
When you get a chance, Phantom will be the topic. Anyway, Lord Veponation, big up to you, Lord. It says, I say Chelsea 6, Tottenham Hotspur 4th, United 5th. Thank you very much. We respect that. Lord Veponation said, first City, 2nd Arsenal, 3rd Liverpool, 4th for Tottenham Hotspur, 5th United, 6th Chelsea, 7th Villa, then 8th Newcastle United, according to Lord. Phantom said the Phantom predict Tuchel becoming a mid-season manager replacement in EPL, possible Tottenham Hotspur, Liverpool, West Ham, and etc. Thank you very much, Phantom. I think we're going to move on a little bit from here, and I'll be back again. I've pinned this comment, Phantom's comment, and I'll take it later. We're going to move on from the we continue with the relegation. Mr. Ryan, I'll start from Mr. Ryan to give me his relegation.
Relegation. Okay, fine. Relegation.
But before you come in with the relegation, we have Ipswich Town. We have who else?
Leicester.
Leicester, Southampton.
Southampton.
Yeah, okay. They're in that order. So yeah, go for it, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to go with. So the 3 teams to be relegated will be Ipswich, Leicester, and I'm going to go with Nottingham Forest as well.
Ipswich. You go with Ipswich Town, Leicester City, and
Nottingham Forest.
Wow.
So I think Southampton will finish 17th. They'll avoid the relegation.
Okay, that's impressive. I will go for that. CFC Gavin said Arsenal 1, Manchester United, Manchester City 2, and Chelsea 3. A lot of people have Chelsea 3 and 4. I mean, 3. That's impressive. I mean, I know CFC Gavin is a Chelsea fan.
I think Chelsea.
GFC Gavin is a Chelsea fan. Yeah. But anyway, you know what I think over here. Before Steven comes in, let me go with this because Ryan and I are sharing this page. So in this page, I go with Ipswich. Ipswich going on relegation. Ipswich is going on relegation. Over here. Ipswich in that order. I put Southampton here. And I put Nottingham Forest. I put Nottingham Forest over there. This is mine. Ipswich, I feel like Kale McKenna will struggle to compete to compete against the likes of West Ham United, Brighton Football Club, and Bournemouth. No one is saying anything about Bournemouth, but Bournemouth could be a team that will struggle too, Steven. Bournemouth can struggle.
Maybe, especially now they've lost Solanke as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember who they're getting in. They're getting in some guy from Porto, but I can't remember his name. I'd have to look into him before I make a judgment. But okay, so you've got the 3 teams in relegation that I've got, but I've got Forest in 18th. So Forest to be the first one you put up.
So
on
on yours.
Yeah.
Put Forest.
So Forest there. Then I've got Southampton. And then I've got Ipswich. So Forest 18, Southampton 19, Ipswich 20th.
So in this order, we're all trying to say that Forest will be the first team to go.
Forest to be 18th. They'll be the last one confirmed relegated.
So we should go in this order.
No, because that's why it's got 18, 19, 20 in the list that way.
Okay.
So what you've done? So are you putting Ipswich bottom? Where you got Forest?
I'm thinking the first team that I believe that is going to go with Ipswich.
So you want Ipswich at the other end, because see how we've done. Your second was Arsenal, then Liverpool, then Chelsea.
Yeah.
So that's why I was confused about why you had Ipswich in 18 and Thing at 20. Okay, so you're going Forest 18th, so you've gone the exact same order as me then. Forest 18, Southampton 19, Ipswich 20.
Right. Yeah. Ipswich is the first team to go.
Yeah. For me, I like some of the business Ipswich are doing. Yeah. But I don't see it being enough to keep them up. Southampton, don't think they've really done much. They're getting Archer and who was it from us they're trying to get? Oh, they're trying to get Leslie on loan, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I don't think they've got anyone else yet. So they'll be their first 2 signings unless I've missed some players. And then, yeah, Forest, I just don't see anything happening there. I don't think they're strengthening much at the moment. But it's one of... There's probably... Do you know, I actually think Everton will be clear of the relegation zone. I don't think Everton will be close to the relegation. Maybe... Do you know what? I'm going to go probably somewhat bold. Maybe Wolves end up down there, especially given that I've seen... Well, not that I've seen. We know they've lost Kilman. They've lost Neto, which are 2 big players for them. And I've not seen who's replaced them yet. I'm not sure if they have. I need to check this. So I think Wolves could be down about 17th or 16th, that sort of area. But I think Everton will probably be sort of 13th, around there.
All right. Thank you very much. DJ Sav in the building. Big up to you, DJ. DJ, what's DJ saying? Phantom said, why would Chelsea be higher than 8th with an unproven manager who knows nothing about defense and will get counter attack.
Funny you say that though, because Poch was experienced and struggled with low blocks. Tuchel struggled with low blocks from what I can remember. Who else? Potter struggled with low blocks. And pretty much every manager for the last 4 years at Chelsea has struggled with low blocks.
DJ Sub said, big up me and the panel and everyone in the chat as well. Phantom said, unlike you all, I am the only one in the room whose income depends on the success or failure of this future prediction hashtag stock market. DJ Sub. So that's now for me. Bottles. I can't see them winning it. Win the Premier League. They got 2-3 injuries. Squad depth not enough or good enough according to DJ. Phantom. Where was Atlanta? where was Arteta before he joined Arsenal? And even you could say he hasn't won anything. Community Shield and Premier League. I mean, FA Cup. Is that all?
Yeah, I mean, he was at Man City, wasn't he? Assistant manager under Pep.
Yeah, and he has a chance. He hasn't done anything, but he has a chance. But anyway,
Speaking of Man City, Nee, sorry, you continue. Sorry, I'll say it afterwards.
go ahead. Then I'll let Scala come in.
No, since we're talking about relegation, we can't forget there's a certain club with a cloud of 115 charges, hanging over them, and who knows, they could, if they're found guilty, face a huge points deduction, which would effectively relegate them. So yeah, just given we're talking about clubs like Ipswich, Leicester, Nottingham Forest, let's not forget Manchester City and their troubles.
Let's not forget Manchester City and their troubles. I do understand that, but I don't think that will be effective this season. If although the verdict come out, it will be affected. Maybe it will be applied to them next season, not this season, Mr. Ryan.
It's interesting because who were the clubs last season who got point deductions? Everton was one, wasn't it? And then there was another one.
Everton and Everton. There was two of them. Yeah, if I can remember. Stevie, can you remember the other team?
The PSR ones.
Nottingham Forest. Nottingham
Forest. The points deductions last season.
Yeah, Forest and Everton.
I mean, those were during the season.
I mean, their situation is a bit different from City.
By the way, can I quickly touch on this as it's on the screen? You say that Tuchel lost his games 1-0. Yeah, didn't he get battered by West Brom at Stamford Bridge?
Oh yeah, was it 3-1?
5-3 or something? I think.
Yeah, 3-1 or 3-0.
No, I think it was like 5-3. I'm not even joking. Maresca is losing by 3. Maresca hasn't managed a competitive game for Chelsea in the Premier League yet. So technically he's not, because he hasn't managed in a competitive game. So how could he be losing by 3?
Guys, so do you guys agree with DJ? He believes that Arsenal don't have enough squad depth.
Bro, he's right.
I think,
I don't have them winning the league. They don't have the depth.
Nah, if they have some injuries to Rice or Saka, then they're in big trouble.
Bro, even think about it like this, right? Last year they had the Timber injury. They got through that all right because they still had Saliba and Gabriel, yeah? If two of those go down, yeah, and then you have Rice go down, you're relying on Saka pretty much on his own for the most part.
Yeah, and we know Saka always picks up injuries every season.
But
he misses games.
This is a discussion. We've had it in the group so many times, and like, I know me and you have had this conversation plenty of times, Ryan. Saka gets kicked and battered, goes off injured. Then he starts the next game, kicked and battered, off injured, kicked and battered, off injured, kicked and battered, off injured. Like, bro, if he's getting kicked and battered every game and going off injured, just give him a couple of games rest. Yeah. See how he's doing. And don't start him every game, because that's how you shorten players' careers.
Yeah, and this is an Arteta problem.
Right? If I remember rightly, it was Mourinho that said it about Hazard. He said, if officials don't start protecting players like him with like how much you get kicked, it won't be long till there's no more of him, because he'd be so battered from the injuries that he just wouldn't be able to play. And then look what happened to Hazard when he went to Real Madrid. Could barely play. He was always injured.
And the same thing we saw in the Premier League. Hazard got kicked. He got up, got kicked many times, and he won't last long. I don't want to wish a player that I don't want to wish him that bad, but from the way he's getting kicked, he probably won't last long. Probably 28, 29, he'll be facing so many problems. It's normal. It's normal. But I wish him the best. Soccer is a very, very short career. Can't believe.
Ronaldo. It is, but if you're getting smashed about, say you get like fouled, I don't know, I think, say random number of 10 times a game, yeah? Because if you're that good, players are going to constantly foul you, yeah? Stupid number of times a game. Your career ain't lasting very long.
No. But then there's players like Jack Grealish who almost their style of play invites it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Let's
Name
not
a
get started on
kind of
Jack
style of play.
Grealish because it just turned into a cooking session.
110 million.
Beautiful. Guys, I've dropped the link. Anyone that wants to join us here, discuss, have your own, predictions up. We can discuss it. Also, Premier League and starts today. We'll be seeing. What's the first game, Mr. Ryan?
It's Man United.
Yeah, Man United is starting the Premier League.
Man, you were lining up in a 4-2-4 apparently.
4-2-4.
Is Sancho in the squad?
Old school. 4-2-4.
I don't know. Hang on 1 second.
Well, Steven
I'm
is
checking
looking
now.
for this. Well, Steven is checking for that. I haven't said this,
I've
guys.
seen the
Let's
starting
see.
lineup. Sancho's not in the squad, no.
Yeah.
But they've
So
gone
he's definitely
for
going.
another in goal. Dallo, Maguire, Martinez, and Mazraoui. Casemiro, Mainu, Amad Diallo, Bruno Fernandes,
Steven.
Mount, and Rashford.
Steven.
Mhm.
Say menu.
Could be Mainu.
No.
Mainu.
No. Menu.
Who cares?
That Fulham side is quite sick, actually. Pereira, Traore, Emil Smith Rowe, Iwobi, Muniz. Good names in
You
there.
see that thing where they what was it? Arsenal used to call Smith Rowe. Fulham put out a tweet. We signed and whatever it was Arsenal used to call him, and I just thought, mate, he's barely played for the last 3 years. You're just being cringe.
I know, it's weird to see him. He's actually playing some football.
I actually can't believe he's playing.
Yeah.
It's shocking.
Mel Smith Rowe is gone from Arsenal, so that reduces. I mean, they did money. They have to sell more players too. United.
Bro,
Scala, let me get Scala here. Scala here, guy. Scala is here. Please. Let me get to Scala. Scala, welcome back again.
Yeah, I mean,
big man Scala.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What do you have for us today, Scala?
Yeah, I mean, we're opening the Premier League. I mean, it's been a while. I mean, it's not been a while. We literally played last week, but good to be back at Old Trafford. I mean, for what it's worth, till it's named Old Trafford. But I'm excited for the game, and I've seen the lineup, and I'll be keeping a close eye on certain players because them guys need to perform. Else, this could be the last season. And 2 or 3 of them, I have a very, very keen eye on them, especially Mason Mount, because he's starting and this is his first Premier League start for I don't know for how long, and he has been given the opening game. And for him, Garnacho has gone on the bench because if not, we would have played some other player in that position because Mason Mount is not really a starting player for us. But he's one. Rashford is another. I find Rashford very irritating at this moment right now because we have given this big contract to him and he has declined massively. So he has to perform. And I'm looking at Casemiro as well because there was a huge uproar last season of getting this guy. Unfortunately, even the Saudi League people, they have come to their senses that we don't need fast-hit players. We will be wanting too much money. So those 3 guys, I have a keen eye on, and Mason Mount tops that list for me because 250 grand wearing number 7, playing the first Premier League game, you cannot have any more excuses, and you are playing literally in the place of Bruno because, as I said, Mason Mount won't start when all the players are back. Yeah, but it's a decent lineup. I would have liked to see Delict, but it is what it is. I guess he hasn't got enough fitness, so he's probably on the bench, or I don't know. I haven't seen the bench, but. Maguire is starting, and I don't mind Maguire starting at home to Fulham. I mean, if you cannot start your 4th-choice centre back at home to Fulham, what's the point? So man, we'll see. There's been lots of talk like we are going to play a very new brand of styles. We're risk taking. We're going to play out from the back and all that. We'll see because I'm very skeptical of United, man. I think we do a lot of talking off the field, but on the field it's very, very same and similar for last season, especially when the manager he has already got his ready-made excuse that we are not prepared. So we'll see.
Interesting. Thank you very much, Scala. Scala, do you have high ambition? Think you guys can finish higher than Chelsea this season?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't really know what to expect of you guys because you're really an unknown team at the moment because you
Really?
got a new man. Yeah, I mean, you got a new manager. I mean, your squad is good. I mean, I don't know. That's the big problem with Chelsea. I don't know what kind of Chelsea will turn up. We'll see when the league starts or probably a 5 games in. Because if you say you are going to make Champions League after finishing where you finished last season, and you are going to make a huge jump under this new manager, I think you have to have an extraordinary season. And because I don't think you have that stability at the moment, like everything has to click, which includes your injury issues as well. So I mean, it would be a brave call to put Chelsea there. I mean, everyone's pretty much put City and Arsenal. That's a given. I think that third and fourth spot is still open. And I have to. I'm not being biased. I think United has to go in there, not because that we are a very great team or we have an amazing squad. This is Ten Hag's third season. If you compare that to Arne Slot and Postecoglou and Enzo Maresca, he is the one with the most money spent and the most time at the club. So he has to get Champions League because we have spent almost $500 million on this guy in 3 years. So if he doesn't get Champions League, he will be on the chopping block. So from that perspective, I think United will get Champions League. We cannot afford to miss Champions League again. So I think that's my That's my reason for United getting that. I don't care whether it's third or fourth, and even we can probably scam our way through the Europa League as well. But I think the league position for me is a very, very important thing this season. And yeah, I'll put United in there, man. Not because we are so great, but just because of the fact that you cannot finish outside Champions League with literally two new managers in the league. Slot and Maresca. So that's my reason.
Thank you very much. Phantom of Many Topics said Enzo Maresca will be lucky to get Mauricio Pochettino's sixth place results. Mason Mount has lost his mojo, according to Phantom of Many Topic. I think that Maresca, Mason's injury was like Chilwell style career changing moment from Phantom of Many Topic. Thank you very much.
Just quick, right?
Yeah, go ahead. I was going to say that we've done with the prediction. So anyone that has anything wants to inject or say, talk, discuss, you're free to go. You're free to do that. You're free to do that. Sorry.
But I don't see the whole thing about Man United getting Champions League, because if the argument is because you've had the same manager for 3 years, yeah. Okay, fair enough. You've had the same manager for 3 years, but you've not looked good under this manager
for 3 years.
For that period of time, right?
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that.
The majority of the signings have been shocking, right? Mount was a terrible deal for you. I love it for Chelsea. It was brilliant. 55 million in the bank. Love it.
Yeah.
Then you're just going out and signing players from the Eredivisie. Like, what is this?
No. See, I mean, look, that's a very, very loose argument that we are signing ex-Dutch players. We actually are signing profile players, which we need. If we look at our centre back problem, Varane has left, and we need a sweeper centre back. We signed Euro.
I mean, Varane was injured a lot last season, no?
Yeah, but still, he's a profile we don't have. We don't have that quick centre back, because all our centre backs are either ball playing defenders or they are slow. Martinez is not quick. He's not going. If you want to play a high line,
so short as anything.
Yeah, he's a very different profile. So to complement him, we need a quick centre back next to him, and Euro is that. And then we go down to De Ligt. He's a very different profile to Euro and Martinez. He's that like leader style, and one which gets stuck in, like an upgrade on Maguire. So Maguire becomes fourth choice. So we have improved our defense.
I'm not disputing that you've improved the defense, right? But the issue is, I don't think Xerxes will be that great for you. I'll be honest. Yeah. You've got Euro who's out for, 3-4 months?
3 months.
If I'm not mistaken.
3 months.
Yeah, 3 months.
De Ligt, okay, he's not going to start tonight, yeah. But Mazraoui is. I presume Mazraoui's going to be left back and they're going to have Dalot at right back.
Yeah, Mazraoui's left back.
Sides, if I'm not mistaken, in the past.
Yeah,
right?
Mazraoui's left back.
Yeah, but I think both have played on both sides of the defence anyway. your midfield is basically reliant on Kobe and Casemiro.
Yeah, we are going to get Ugarte as well. Ugarte will come through.
Oh, you know, I've not seen anything about that progressing for ages now. I've not even heard anything on it for
Yeah,
ages.
I think
Fabrizio
that will
tweeted
come.
today that it's
Yeah, he literally
it's
tweeted that
still
he is
on.
interested. Yeah, he's still on.
Okay, but he's
He's
been
been left
talking
out
that
of the PSG
Bamber and the
squad.
Felix one's still on for about 6 weeks now. It don't mean it's gonna happen.
No, João Felix news literally came like last week, and that was like an exclusive that you are in for this guy, and that
I was
his
over
agent.
exaggerating, but my point is,
Yeah.
every day it's been Felix is still on, Felix is still on. It was on Sunday it came out, yeah. Then he goes, "Oh, prepare for a busy Monday," yeah. Nothing happened. Tuesday, oh, the deal's still on, but nothing's happening. Wednesday, deal's still on, nothing's happening. Thursday, deal's still on, nothing happening. Friday, deal's still on.
Yeah, look,
and
I don't know about Felix. I don't know if he comes, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that Ugarte will come through. I think he's literally been left out of the PSG squad. He's an
He has, yeah.
To be fair, I
he's
don't
not
even
really
The
think
key
needed there.
thing as well, Stephen, like Felix doesn't mind rejoining Chelsea. Ugarte wants to join
Yeah, he
Man
wants to
United.
join.
Felix
He's very
wants to
keen.
join Chelsea. Just I personally, and I think there's a fair few people that feel this way as well. I know there's a lot of people that want him. I don't know what they see in him and where he starts for us for like 50, 60 million. Yeah.
Mhm.
Which seems like a waste of money for someone who isn't starter in our strongest team. Right. But for some reason, some people love him. Right. All I'm thinking is when we get him, I'm starting my countdown to his debut when he's going to get sent off like he did against Fulham last time. That's what I'm thinking. I've got a bad feeling. But, yeah. But the other thing, right? Realistically, yeah, if we look at it, right? Chelsea, I think that defence will come stronger with more familiarity and game time because a lot of those players had injuries last season, yeah? Especially when your two main centre-backs are going to be Fofana and Colwell. Fofana missed 12 months. Colwell missed a fair bit of time as well. Reece James, if he can stay fit, okay, this is a minor thing. This is probably a rotation post-surgery. So he's got to be back after the international break, apparently. Let's see if we start what we did in pre-season for a fair few of the games where you have him and Gusto playing both fullback positions, or if Kukurea comes in. But I think once you get that familiarity and you get the minutes in the legs of Fofana, for example, and Colwell, given that they missed quite a bit of time last season, that defense should solidify it, especially given the way this tactic works defensively. It's probably quite complex for them at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because it's not something that you regularly do, right? Okay, City do it, right? Where I think City, it's more of Stones goes into midfield, for example, right? But it's a similar thing. Whereas we've never done this, our players have never done this at any club that they've been at. Okay, maybe your fullback's inverted into midfield like Kukurea has, but the rest of them haven't done any of this sort of tactical requirement, which is probably going to be an issue at the beginning, right? But outside of that, our midfield is looking solid, yeah? Creatively, we've got a lot of creative players. We just need that one player who can get on the end of these chances and finish them. And then that teleports you up the league immediately. If Jackson can step up, great. If we end up getting Osimhen, I think he'll definitely take the chances, especially with the amount we'll create. Even better. That's my thing, is that, okay, goalkeeper, unfortunately, probably Sanchez to start the season, right? Jorgensen probably be a similar thing to Petrovic, where he ends up becoming the starter partway through the season. Granted, last season it was because Sanchez got injured. But that defense, if we get regular back four of, say, let's say we go Gusto left back, Reece right back, and then Fofana Colwell when everyone's fit. That defense with some time in its legs, yeah. Granted, that would mean you had 3 players that were injured for quite a bit of last season. Could look really good. It really could. And depth-wise, Ryan, I think you said it earlier when you were talking about Chelsea, yeah? Chelsea's depth is actually probably kind of underrated in a lot of areas. If we're being honest. Like, this isn't even me being biased, right? You look at our midfield, right? You've got Caicedo, Enzo, Lavia, for example, yeah? You could get 2 of them starting, right? You've got Palmer, Neto, and Nkunku, right? Like, we got so much depth we got so many players who can play 2 or 3 different positions, which makes that depth even stronger. I think once it starts to click this season, we're going to be definitely challenging for 5th place for Champions League.
Where did Chelsea finish last season? Didn't they finish ahead of Manchester United?
Chelsea finished 6th ahead of United, 3 points behind Spurs, 6 points behind Villa.
But Dexter said
we were riddled with injuries all season as well.
Yeah, you say we're not good, but Chelsea, are you? Chelsea's yet to finish above Eric Ten Hag in 3 years.
It literally happened last season.
Well, yeah,
United were 12 points ahead of Chelsea at one point last season and finished 3 points behind Chelsea. When Chelsea had like 7, 8, 9, 10. At one point, we had 14 players out injured, right?
Yeah.
No joke. For that Spurs game that we won, whatever it was, like 3-0 or something at home, yeah? Then we went and battered West Ham that weekend as well, right? We had 14 injuries for those 2 games.
Well, there's been Premier League has put some statements out that if a referee has any affiliation with any football club or live within that same city or town, he's not allowed to officiate matches. But
that's always been a thing, but it's not ever going to happen.
But here we have Anthony Taylor, who is with Manchester City.
Isn't Anthony Taylor from the same area as Palmer, which isn't too far from Manchester?
He's from Manchester, but he's officiating Chelsea's game against Manchester City.
Bro, I looked at it not earlier, the other day, yeah? There's something like 20 referees listed for the select referee thing, yeah? They got to be a certain level, right? And there's about 40-odd assistant referees, yeah?
Yeah.
How do Chelsea, therefore, regularly get Paul Tierney, Anthony Taylor, and the same donkeys? How?
What's his name? It's not John Moose or whatever they call him. Moose or Mouse or whatever they call him. Moss. Another stupid referee.
But bro, I literally saw it the other day. I'll try and find a picture of the select referees, right? It won't be too far back. Okay, I've already got it. So, Atwell, Banks, Barrett, Bond, Bramall, Brooks, Coote, England, Gillett, that's another one that's a donkey. Harrington, so that's 10 already. Hooper 11, Jones 12, Kavanagh 13, Madley 14, Oliver 15, Pawson 16, Robinson 17, Salisbury 18, Scott 19, Anthony Taylor 20, Paul Tierney 21. So they got 21 referees, yeah? But Chelsea regularly get Coote, Gillett, Oliver, Taylor, and I think there's one other. We regularly get the same 4 or 5 referees. But you've got 21 referee pool. There's 10 games a weekend. Mm-hmm. So you can literally give 10 referees a game and then have 10 new referees the next weekend.
Interesting. Guys, anything else you want to add to it? You want to talk about Ryan, Mr. Scala, Manchester United, whatever, anything in the Premier League?
Just on Chelsea, just picking up on something that Stephen mentioned. If you look at I was looking yesterday at the calendar year league table for Premier League. Chelsea are 4th. So that's looking at the Premier League results from January the 1st this year. Chelsea are 4th. So only Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man City are above them. So that really is an indication of how well they finished the season. And if you look at the last 6 games of the season, Chelsea were the 3rd most informed team in the country. It's only Crystal Palace and Man City won more games than them in the run-in. So these are good signs for me.
Yeah. Guys, Stephen, do you know Chelsea under 21 and Tottenham under 21 are playing now?
Yeah. Atto Ampad just scored 1-0 Chelsea.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Ryan. I mean, Ryan is seeing things that we are not seeing yet. Scala, do you see what Ryan is seeing?
Yeah, I mean, I do remember last season towards the end, you had a very good run. I mean, that was uh, quite impressive. I mean, there was a point where Pochettino was going to sack himself, and then he reduced that. It was like a 5 game run, which you collected like almost maximum points, and there were people turning for him, like he should be staying. But then he got sacked, obviously. But yeah, man. I mean, Chelsea. The thing is that whenever I look at your team, they are always good players. I've never looked at a Chelsea team and I thought like, yeah, you're lacking players. But some way or other, you find ways to not make it top four. Because when I look at your attacks, I mean, not even your defense. I mean, I don't rate your defense like that. I think you have some decent center back, fullbacks. Center back, I don't. Like I said in previous team, you should have gotten an experienced center back. I'm not going into a season with Fofana and Colwell and Badiashile and Disasi as my centre back options. Those are just decent players. I wouldn't say they're like groundbreaking. But anyways, those guys can be compromised and say like you can outscore teams because when I look at your attack, there are like 8 players who on their day can win a game. And then you have already always got that maverickness of Cole Palmer who's on a different level. So yeah, I mean, this season, I think if you can keep your defense solid, I expect Chelsea to break into top four. But I think that would still be a big ask because against some decent teams, I think you might struggle. But we'll see. I mean, I cannot make a comment on Chelsea yet. I need to see you guys a bit more. What Enzo style? I haven't seen a single game of yours, so it's very hard to say that Chelsea will definitely not make top four. But I have my reservations. At the same time, I see your quality in your team. And
There is
the fact that,
quality without a
yeah,
doubt.
there is. I mean, there are like 3 or 4 players I'll instantly take at United. So
Yeah.
you cannot say that Chelsea don't have a good team. My confidence in United is probably coming not from the fact that we are good. It's just that we have to get top four. That's my only point of view because we cannot afford to be playing Europa and Conference and even fifth because that
Why?
would be
But
Why
that's the
can't?
same argument for Chelsea. Chelsea have missed
yeah,
out on it for like 2 years now.
Yeah, but you still have a new manager, so you at least have that excuse. It's not that Maresca is on
Yeah.
huge pressure.
Mhm.
This is his first season. He's coming from the championship, so you guys will still give him, even if you get fifth and you somehow miss out on Champions League on the last day. I think most Chelsea fans will accept that. We cannot accept that for Ten Hag, and same goes for Slot. If somehow you miss Champions League by say 2 points, it's acceptable. For us, it's not. We have spent nearly half a billion on Ten Hag and it's his third season.
No
And
one is.
in
No
your
one is saying it. No one is saying it. It's all
yeah, it has
Chelsea.
to be.
So
And this manager is saying that we are not prepared on the first game of the first day. So you have to. He is on a different pressure compared to your two managers at your clubs. So that's my point of view because we already losing lots of money from not getting Champions League through that kit deal, which is costing us money. Anyway, Snapdragon have somehow compromised this season for that. But next year we have to get Champions League. We have already spent 180 million. Obviously, those are in installments on those 4 players. So that's where I'm coming from. He has to get Champions League.
he has to get Champions League, is what Scala is saying. I think that we've said it all. Is we've said it all. I think this we're gonna draw the curtains. Right, Mr. Ryan, Mr. Ryan and Steven, you guys are watching the game.
I might do, yeah.
Where you watching it from?
Home.
Just at
Randy,
home. Yeah. I watched the first half. If it's a dead game, then I won't bother.
Randy, you going to the bar?
Watching it at home tonight.
Ah, Scarlett, where you watching it? In the bedroom?
Yeah, definitely. I might go to the bar if United, somehow find it to, they might mess it up last season.
I thought it's in the
If
middle of the night and you can go to the.
yeah, we have pubs and bars open here after 12 also. So it's not a
Oh
big
wow,
deal. Yeah.
those bars are working on the UK time, or they're working in you guys' time.
Yeah, it's our time. They are like midnight bars. They're
Well,
actually sports bars here.
they don't
So
sleep.
yeah, no. In my country, you can literally get anything at any time if you know the right people. So it's not a big deal. But yeah, I mean, if you remember last season,
How about Human Remains?
who?
Human remains.
Really, this is what we're doing.
Okay,
Human remains.
He said anything.
Yeah.
let's change the subject. Moving on.
Yeah, we're not doing that on YouTube. Yeah,
I'm
you
trying
might
to
get
do
cancelled by these
Yeah.
guys.
Bro's trying to get himself in trouble. Not very clever.
Anyway, all right, Scala, it's such a wonderful time having you. You and Ryan, I always get confused. Ryan and Scala, you guys, you get me confused when I'm saying your name.
You get
But Ryan,
confused that you call Ryan a United fan, you call Scala a Liverpool fan.
I think it has to do with the old age. I'm getting older anyway.
I
Young but
wanted to
old.
ask you, Chelsea fans. I watched
Yeah.
that Madrid game which you lost. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys considered some stupid goals, and I asked this question even that day. I mean, probably there were lots of guys, so I guess none of them could say. Like, I mean, you watched Chelsea in the last couple of games. Have you seen like any patterns or rhythms where you can say like, yeah, this is what Enzo ball is going to be? So, like for example, like Postecoglou, he plays those two full backs in the midfield, and he leaves Van der Ven and Romero. That's his novelty, That's what he wants to do. So, have you seen something like that? They say, yeah, like this is different from Pochettino, and it might not work, but at least he's trying his thing. Anything like that? Have you seen?
Yeah, we've seen a lot. Which to me, he has invented two center right fullbacks, right, Steven? Which is James and Malo Gusto, but then he's put James in his position, and then so whoever plays Gusto and then
he's always
Cucurella.
put Reece James on the right when Reece is playing, but he's put Gusto at left back. But Gusto played at left back for us at times last season as well, so that's not a new thing for him.
And then also something that I've seen is the players don't hold on to the ball for too long. 1-2 passes, they let it go.
That's what he tries to do. We saw that passing drill from training very early on, and he was shouting at Madueke, like, essentially, you don't need 3 touches, 2 touches, literally saying to him, 2 touches and only 2 touches. Because he wants everything to be quick. You don't want this cerebral thing where, let's hold it for 20 seconds and pass it sideways. Hold it 20 seconds, pass it backwards. 20 seconds, give it to Jorginho.
Yeah, I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of, different style compared to, the Argentine.
He did
Mauricio
say in his
Pochettino.
conference today, like, he's tactically flexible as well. We saw that partially in preseason. We saw there was a couple of games where, say, Gusto would overlap and then the winger would come inside, whereas typically the winger would hold the width in his system. But we've seen a couple of times where the winger will come inside, you'll have Gusto overlapping. So that's a tweak there. You had both fullbacks trying to invert, obviously, at separate times. So he's not trying it on one side. He's tried it the right side. He's tried it the left side. There's been loads of different little tweaks within his setup that we've seen. But for me, right, if we want to get our best players on the pitch, right, you would have to go for the way where you have one fullback going into centre-back, as we have done every time, no matter what. But that other fullback needs to be on the overlap. So, for example, say you got Gusto left back, yeah? You could put, say, Nkunku left back, Neto on the right side, Neto holds width on the right side, have Gusto overlapping Nkunku, have Palmer in the middle. Because that way you can get Caicedo and Enzo in the team as well. And then instead of having one fullback go into midfield, you keep Caicedo there, Enzo slightly higher, and then you've got Palmer as well.
So you are
getting the best players on the pitch.
so when you say best players on the pitch, because I thought what you guys will be playing is like Caicedo, Enzo, and Lavia, then Nkunku and your centre forward, whoever it's going to be, and probably this guy Cole Palmer. But then Neto doesn't start. I mean, because you still, say like this guy Nkunku plays centre forward, then you can have Neto on the left and Cole Palmer on the right. My thing is that what's with Lavia, because you spent big money on him, you literally took him off Liverpool. You don't consider him as one of your best
We were
players.
in for him before Liverpool came in. Chelsea, he signed for Southampton from Man City. Then on deadline day that summer, Chelsea put a 50 million offer in that got rejected. Then we went back in for him last summer, and we signed him. So we were there for 12 months.
So he's not part of your best midfield because you're saying
Well,
Cole
no,
Palmer
because
on
what
the
I'm
10.
saying is, on paper, say on paper we line up in a 4-2-3-1, right? You could have, let's say we go for what we saw a lot of in pre-season, right? Okay, partially because Kukurea wasn't there, yeah? And say your defense is Reece James, Fofana, Colwell, and then Gusto at left back, right?
Right.
Then Caicedo, Enzo, and then your three behind the striker would be, say, Neto on the right, holding width, Nkunku on the left, coming inside with Gusto overlapping, Palmer is the 10 on paper, and then Jackson, Osimhen, whoever up top.
Okay. So you'll just play 2 midfielders and 4 attackers. That's what you're saying.
Kinda, to an extent, but
Because
it depends how you look at it.
I watched a bit of Lavia on the preseason. I thought
Oh no,
like he
Lavia
would be
was really good.
so I don't know, but because I thought he would be the undroppable guy. So I was a bit surprised that he's not in part of your best 11 because
It's
I feel
difficult because if you play in Kunku and Palmer, he's already said Palmer's playing inside anyway, right?
okay.
Like that's already been said. Unless something changes now, we've got Neto, which I'm not sure it changed much for Palmer anyway. Because if anything, it reinforces the fact that Palmer will be inside rather than on the wide areas. I don't think if you having Kunku and Palmer holding width opposed to cutting inside, I don't think the system would be efficient. That's why I'm thinking you have to have one inside, which let's take Palmer, and the other out wide, but with that fullback overlapping, so that it allows them to cut inside into those half spaces. Then you have Palmer and Nkunku essentially operating half spaces. Because in possession, it is still being what Maresca likes to do of like a 3-2 4-1 type thing, right? But instead of having it as being winger 8-8 winger as your 4 behind the striker in possession, it would be say left back Nkunku, Palmer, Neto, and then you'd have Enzo and Caicedo slightly deeper. Because let's be honest, yeah, if you got a fit Enzo, yeah, have him slightly more advanced than Caicedo, his passing will shine.
Yeah, I mean, I still feel that that midfield is a bit light. I would like to see Lavia in there. I don't mind Jackson sitting out and Nkunku playing center forward. He has actually played there.
Nkunku's centre forward, I don't see it working.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially,
Enzo and
you got to think, right? Chelsea already got Jackson, which if you put in Nkunku there, you stunt the growth of him, right? Plus, I don't think Nkunku's the best option for that role in this team. I'd rather have him more creative. But then if you get Osimhen, right? Osimhen has to start there.
yeah, I mean, I think if you
All
get
right.
Osimhen, it would be better if you go to a flat 4-3-3 because he's really an out and out number 9. He's
I
not
mean,
a
on
Jackson.
paper, it's sort of a 4-2-3-1/4-3-3. It sort of changes up with the way Maresca does it on paper.
Yeah.
You know what? Well said. The Phantom. Scala said. Phantom says, "How would you feel if you lose against Fulham today?"
Yeah, for once, I won't be surprised because Fulham is actually a very decent team, and I said what to Chelsea that you don't know what to expect of you guys, and that you can magnify that 10 times to United, you know. So yeah, I won't say depressed, but I'll definitely be irritated because, as I mentioned before, Champions League is a must, and you cannot have a bad start. Yes, you have three players injured in the form of Luke Shaw, Euro, and this guy Hoyland. But you have got Xerxes on the bench. You've got Delict on the bench. We have paid money for those guys so that you don't face that similar problem of last year. So yeah, I'll be furious, man. But I won't be surprised.
Wait, let me just think about this, right? So you said you don't know what to get with Chelsea, and you haven't got Chelsea in the top 4, right? In your prediction. But you said you can
Yeah.
multiply it by 10 for United, but you got United in the top 4.
Yeah, but my point of view is not because of I'm saying that we are good. I'm not saying that United are better than Chelsea or we play better football than you. I'm simply saying because of the situation we have with Ten Hag, I cannot bring myself to say that United can finish outside of the top 4. My expectation is that United have to finish in the top 4. So that's where my belief comes from. Because if both of your teams like Liverpool and Chelsea finish above United with your new managers, it would look very bad on us because Ten Hag's third season, $500 million spent, it's not acceptable. So that's where I'm saying. I'm not saying like we are better than you or our squad is better than your squad, but for my own satisfaction, I have to put us in that top 4. I cannot accept finishing below Chelsea or Liverpool in his third season. That's what I'm saying.
All right, so I think we're going to draw the curtains today. Phantom of Media topic, made up face doom. Big up to you. Anyone else, DJ Sav and all of you, Scala United, Santiago, Edson Smith. Anyone, today's stream is not really kicking. I don't know, probably it's not trending. So YouTube did not recommend it that much. So today's stream is a bit down, but hopefully we'll come back with the
Yeah,
transfer news
exactly.
again. Yeah. There's a lot of highlights going on right now, Steven. The game is about to kick off.
Kicks off in half an hour.
In half an hour, yeah,
They're
8 o'clock.
warming up. I'm watching to the stream. They're just kind of like warming up right now.
Nee, let me quickly give my points of view on this Maresca and the tactics with Chelsea. I'll be very quick because I know we're
Okay.
wrapping up here.
No problem.
So again, I watched some of Leicester last season, and I know Maresca likes to create numerical advantages across the pitch. So when Stephen was talking about 4-3-3 and the fullbacks inverting into midfield, that makes sense to me because that means you've got numerical advantage in the middle of the pitch, and then you can dominate the possession control, the midfield. Equally, you can have a false nine or an attacking midfielder, number 10, drop back into midfield and again create that numerical advantage. Leicester had the second highest possession statistics last season in the Championship. And this is a manager who, worked under Pep Guardiola, right, at Man City. So he clearly, I think, believes in that whole inverting your fullbacks or centre backs into midfield, moving your number 8 higher up the pitch. But the key thing for me, because I remember watching a documentary about Maresca, he likes this idea of creating numerical advantages everywhere. That's why the formation he picks, like Steven said, is fluid. Players, when you're in possession, players are moving around. But it will be very interesting to see what you're doing without possession as well. Whether you'll be an aggressive counter-pressing team. I think we saw glimpses of it in the preseason, if I'm not mistaken. Chelsea were, to an extent, kind of pressing more aggressively than we saw under Pochettino. That's what I saw. I don't know if you agree with that.
He mentioned that himself, Maresca. He said that when he'd been watching, like, because obviously he looked at the team and stuff like that, he said sometimes you saw like the press, like it was, I can't remember the quote, but essentially he said sometimes you saw like it was to the effect of it wouldn't be all the time and it wouldn't be man to man, and sometimes not everyone went, stuff like this basically. He's not wrong. You can tell he done his research. He wasn't lying about doing that. Because that's clearly stated to anyone.
This guy blew backroom staff, players' minds at Leicester. They couldn't believe how technical he is and analytical he is when it comes to management and tactics. So if he gets it right at Chelsea, I think this could be exciting times for you. It's a big if, but
I believe. I just hope. I mean, it's an early stage yet. I can't say much, but then, like I said, I hope that he will get it right, Mr. Ryan.
I like
I
the
hope.
fact that he's trialed slightly different tweaks within his normal. So I can't remember who said it. There's a manager that said it. Forbid it be Poch, it might have been. But essentially, it actually probably wasn't, given how smart it was. Not that Poch isn't a smart guy, but based on how things went for us, I doubt it was him, right? But essentially, your formation can change, but your principles stay the same. Was like the main thing that whoever it was saying, right? So for Maresca, yeah, principles obviously is possession, but he wants the ball move quick, and he wants certain players to do certain things. He wants the wingers to hold the width for the most part.
Yeah.
But we've seen, as I said, the tweaks where you've had Gusto overlapping and that wide player cutting inside, for example. So that's a tweak straight away. But you've still got a player holding the width. It's another way of creating a numerical advantage in attack, because the way it works is this is another way of doing it, right? And you guys won't see this, but I have sent image of it before and we have used it. But in possession, it's a 3-2-5 type thing, yeah? 3-2-4-1 rather. So
yeah, it's like Man City and Pep. That's what they were doing last season.
But
3-2-4-1.
another thing that he does that I can't remember, I don't think City do it much, is that at times in possession, your goalkeeper becomes like another defender. So it's almost like a 4-2-4-1. If that makes sense.
Your goalkeeper's high up the pitch when you have possession.
Yeah. Like he'll come almost into like another centre-back role, and then one of your centre-backs pushes wider. So it is literally like having an extra outfield player and being like a 4-2-4-1 at times, essentially.
Yeah.
It is just another way of creating a numerical advantage, because you got to think of it like this, right? Say you're playing a team that has a front three, yeah? If your keeper is outside his area, almost like another centre-back, yeah? And they're not pushing one of their midfielders to chase down, you've always got that outlet. You've got either another defender or you've got your goalkeeper as an outlet every time, because they can't press all of them if they don't have an extra man coming with their three attackers. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. 100%. I think Enzo's going to be a key player for him, because if you look at Leicester last season, Harry Winks, I think, played that kind of role, like
that's
anchor
exactly
role.
what I've been saying as well. That role is like tailor-made for him, where
For him,
it's like a deep lying playmaker type thing. Bro, I kid you not, yeah? Winks averaged about 90 to 100 touches per game in this system last year.
Yeah.
Enzo Fernandez, or rather Fernandes, however you want to pronounce it, right? Has
Henry Fernandez.
Well, it depends where you're from, right? Some say Fernandes, some say Fernandes, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, for me, I'm going to say it, however, I'll say it different every time.
Yeah, I think it's Fernandes. It's Fernandes. Bruno
Yeah,
Fernandes.
I've got a feeling
some people say Portuguese, some people say Portuguese, right? Portuguese.
Right.
I don't know.
Tomato. But what was we saying? I forgot now.
Harry Winks.
But when you look at Enzo Fernandez at like Benfica, for example, he was having like 100 touches a game. It is literally a tailor-made role that would fit him perfectly.
No, I definitely agree. And then, what you said as well about wingers holding their width, that's important. And centre-back starting off, attacks and understanding patterns of play and stuff.
This is a thing as well, right? On this, I know some people don't like Colwell. Some people do. I like Colwell. I think if he can stay fit and get a good partnership going, he can be really good for us. Yeah. I'm not going to hide that. I don't care. If people don't agree, then you're entitled to your opinion. Fair enough, right? His ball playing ability is actually really, really good. Like, he can hit, if we need him to, he can hit those line breaking passes if it gets to that point. There was multiple times in preseason where he hit a pass that got us on the attack.
Yeah,
Whole line of
all your defenders, he is the one that
he's probably the
has
best on the
those
ball
assets.
centre back we have, if we're being
100% over Fofana, Badiashile, all the other ones.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, speaking of Enzo Maresca, I don't know, Ryan, what should Liverpool fans expect from a new manager like Arne Slot?
We were having such a nice conversation about Chelsea, and now we have to pivot to depressing Liverpool.
No, not really. I've heard so much about Enzo Maresca. I just want a game to kick off, so I know what to receive from him. Phantom of the topic is Stephen, if Chelsea can beat Man City with Anthony Taylor in charge as a referee, then Maresca deserve to have Phantom support until January transfer window. At least, thank you very much, Phantom. Perhaps the headlines did not trend. Yeah. The headlines did not trend. Maybe that could be the reason, Phantom. See the words and breaking news trend across YouTube.
He's saying the words breaking news trends.
Yeah. I've been doing that. I've been using those trending keywords. But the problem is, when you're doing a Premier League tier list, if you don't add, it's hard to add. It's very difficult to add Chelsea news. If you go through my videos, you see that almost all of them has Chelsea news or Chelsea news update. At least have the keyword Chelsea in there, but it's very, very hard to have the word Chelsea news because you have to be Premier League prediction. You get what I'm saying? I still have where
you tried with the
fund yourself at the end of the season. So that could be the reason why they did not trend. But I'm just doing this. I have to do it for today, and then tomorrow I'll be back to my usual, trending keywords. But thank you very much, Phantom.
The only thing I'm going to quickly say before we either move on or wrap up is, obviously, first Premier League game of the season is at home on Sunday. I will be trying to get as much videos and stuff as possible, and then obviously I'll send it to Nee, and then he'll go through it, and then he'll post certain stuff because that's what we've been doing. And yeah, I think we'll definitely continue doing that because it's quite fun. Yeah, I'll be honest. And two, it gives you guys a look from my perspective within the stadium that is from another side that you don't get with the TV broadcasts.
Yeah, that's true, Steven. So we're gonna get more content from the match day. Steven will bring some more content, and we'll see if we can start over again, do some interviews. We'll try and see how we can push it. But Phantom of the topic said, I said breaking news. Phantom, there's no breaking news in here. So one thing is you have to stay relevant. If you put down breaking news, now YouTube have made that news trend to people. People are clicking on it to come on and listen to what the breaking news is all about. Then when they click on your channel, there was no breaking news there. Now, where do you position yourself as a content creator? Are you trying to be a liar? Should people trust in you or should people believe in you or not? They'll see you to be a clickbait person because there's no breaking news going on there, but you're putting breaking news into your title. You get what I mean? But if you want to stay relevant and you want to would I say, so you want to be someone that people should trust in you, then you be very, very careful using, clickbait titles. You get what I'm saying? Because you could lose your credibility as a content creator. Because right now, I'm not sure anyone can tell you that I am a clickbait person. I'm not a clickbait person, but people will tell you. Yeah, when you go to what's his name, these terrorists, people will tell you that guy's a clickbait guy. Ryan will even tell you.
Bro, I saw it today. I saw something like
Terry
Osimhen
Price
or something. I was like, well, if you think that, you're just going to put that every day for the next week. Because that's what he does. He'll put something like Osimhen close to Chelsea, and then tomorrow it'll be Osimhen close to Arsenal, and then the next day it'll be Osimhen close to PSG. He's like, mate, just shut up.
Yeah, he flip-flops. He's just trying to get views and massive clickbait.
Works for Rory
He
Jennings,
twists.
mate. I don't care for Tory Jennings. He does my head in.
Tory
And yes, I did
Jennings.
call him
Don't
Tory
get it.
Jennings.
Rory Jennings, that's what he wants to do.
Bro,
Let's
you know
Rory
with
Jennings
Poch,
be.
yeah,
I'm
one
not
minute he
Rory
didn't
Jennings.
want Poch, then he wanted Poch, then he didn't, then he did, then he didn't, then he did. Bro, every week it was a new opinion on whether he did or didn't want him.
So, Phantom, are you telling me you like when people use the word breaking news all the time when there's no breaking news? Are you okay? How do you trust that platform if they always put down breaking news? To you, okay, you know that's not breaking. To me, this is how I do my things. If I see a platform always putting out clickbait, I'll tell you, some Sky Sports have lost a lot of people because of that breaking news thing.
Oh my
Sky
god, that
Sports.
image earlier was ridiculous, by the way.
People don't trust Sky Sports because people don't believe that a lot of things that they say are not trustworthy. So I don't want to put myself in that situation.
I'm going to look at Terry's most recent one, yeah? It's on about Osimhen and Sancho to Chelsea. Yeah, mate, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally
Alright.
8 hours ago he did Osimhen to Chelsea deal close, ? But he knows it's got to get loads of people to click. Bro,
Yeah.
I'll read certain reports that say it's close. I'll read others that say it isn't. We've said it's close because there's certain people reporting it, yeah? But whilst doing that, we've also spoken about how there's still negotiations to be had. Whereas every deal for him, he always puts close, even if
Phantom,
it's not.
let me explain this again. Phantom, I know you say dishonesty wins views, but I'm not just looking for views. I'm looking for a reputation for myself. After the views, what's next? After the views, what is next? Reputation
The
comes.
views have been coming whilst we've been being honest. The last few days, the streams have been popping, and there was no clickbait or anything or dishonesty.
Yeah, if you look at my previous two streams, it's all hit 1K, over 1K. The other one was 1.7K. The other one was like a 1.2 or 3K yesterday's stream. So, and I'm being honest here. I'm not being dishonest to attract just views. I want to connect with the people just like you know yourself. So, with the right time, don't worry about it. Phantom, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep supporting as usual. Big up to Mama like Makeem in the building. So big up me, big up the chat. All right, Ryan and Steven, I want to say thank you guys very, very well. As usual, thank you for coming on. Come on, Jonathan. Thank you for coming on, guys. And then we'll see you guys again, hopefully. Sunday. Sunday. Steven, you going to the game?
Yeah, of course I am. That's what I was
Yeah.
just saying. It's Man City at home. Of course I'm going.
At home. Yeah, Steven is going. Yeah, you'll be going to the game. So yeah, I'll be doing a review. Today's Friday, so I got tomorrow. Yeah, to come with a preview. Yeah, I guess Steven,
I don't know what's happening tomorrow. I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah, then Sunday.
Because it's
I'll be
Saturday, I'm not always around on Saturday, so I'll let you know.
Okay.
What's the early kickoff tomorrow? I haven't even looked.
Probably you lot.
Or is it Liverpool?
I
Let's
think
see.
so. I'm checking now. Yeah, Ipswich, Liverpool.
Ah, sick. Okay, I'll watch that
I
then.
had a feeling because I was speaking to someone about how you lot, whenever you complained about referees, you never got in trouble and all that, and you always got your way. Like the ref wouldn't referee your games for months and whatnot. Yeah,
That's because of the VAR. Like we and Arsenal made public statements, didn't we? And then the decisions
no, but I'm
improved.
talking 2 years ago, around Boxing Day. Your manager and that literally called out the on-field referee, and then he didn't referee your game for 9-10 months.
Yeah. I remember
I
that.
think
Yeah,
that was Tierney, ironically enough.
yeah. It was Paul Tierney.
But Chelsea do it, and Chelsea get a fine. But someone said, yeah, but Klopp also complains about 12:30 kickoffs, and they got another one this weekend, and he's not their manager anymore. That's why I had it in my head that you were 12:30. Because someone had said that to me.
They've got a lot of injuries, Ipswich.
They
They've
also
got
signed
three.
players.
They've got 3 starters injured. Shit. Okay. Interesting.
They what's it called? They signed that Schmedix guy that was the top scorer in the championship from Blackburn, and
Oh
now they're
yeah,
trying to sign
yeah.
Breuer as well.
And they got Liam Delap as well from Man City. This
Bro,
is the
they
fifth,
want, like,
fifth
600
time.
strikers.
This is the fifth time in the last 6 years Liverpool has started against newly promoted teams. Fixtures have been kind to us.
But have you started well in those like fixtures, like those seasons?
I think so. We always start well in the Prem.
I think you just don't end well.
We don't end well. It's Liverpool and Tottenham, isn't it? They always start well.
Say that again.
It's Liverpool and Tottenham invariably. It's always those two. They start
Yeah.
well and then they fade.
All right, Ryan, Steven, adios.
Mhm.
They'll say, Phantom, don't worry, I'll create that political channel platform for you. Blue Clouds Media definitely going to have a political. I'm going to get some people that will put heads together. We'll create a political platform. We're going to end up creating a football platform, American football. We'll create one football, hockey, and all that kind of stuff. We will create all that platform when we are ready. I have to get a team together, almost about 5-member team that will create all this platform. So do not worry. Like I said, we will get things across the line, Phantom. It says my live online is most news topic. Okay. All right. Take care. I think that we have to do this, and we did the tier list prediction. So, I mean, I'm happy I've done it. We'll move on from there. Next stream will be a little bit different and better. So, guys, enjoy your rest of your day. Enjoy the game. Manchester United, Fulham. I've seen him Smith Rowe roaming around and jumping around. He's ready to cause trouble for Manchester United. All right, adios, Lil Desperandos, as I always say.
Hang on to hope.
Where's Steven? Steven's not there. Thank you very much, Ryan. Hang on to hope as usual. Bye-bye for now. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blue Clouds TV.